What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video, and in today's video I'm going to be reviewing my St Croix Mojo Bass fishing rod. I've had this rod for about 2-3 years now, so I've put it to plenty of use, and I'm going to give you guys my honest opinion on whether the St Croix is worth the money or not. Let's get into the video. Alright guys, before we get into this video, I just wanted to say really quick that I will have this linked below if you want to check it out for yourself, or if you want to just look at it or you want to purchase one. It will be linked in the description. But let's jump straight into the video so we don't chitter chatter too long or waste any time. This is the St Croix Mojo Bass fishing rod. I still have my reel on it. I didn't take it off because we're supposed to be going fishing, and I didn't want to unrig everything and re-rig it for the review. But it's a 7'4" heavy fast action rod. I bought this 2 years ago maybe or so. I've had it for a little bit now, so I've used it a lot. This is on it, like, it's become my favorite rod. I'll definitely say that. But the only problem with this is I believe I paid, at the time I bought this, I think I bought it for $140. If it's somewhere right around that number. Most I've ever spent on a fishing rod by far. I think the next close I've spent around 80 or so. So this is almost double like what I've usually paid for fishing rods. But I will have to say it is great. The rod's so lightweight. The action on it's, I mean, the bend, you guys can't see that, but the bend's great on it. I really like, my favorite part, the cork handles. I mean, it does get pretty dirty after fishing, but I just love the look of the cork. And this purple on the Mojo Bass, I don't know why. Purple's always been my favorite color. Just, it's a great design to me. I really like how the stuff's written on here and everything. I don't know, I mean, that's just personal, depends what you like. But so far, all the rod tips, the guides, all that, insert, like, everything's still in it, working great. I've had no problems out of this whatsoever. And if, like, you just feel these, like, they're so sturdy, like, I know a lot of rods, you can, like, bend these pretty easily. This is not the case with the St Croix. But once again, this is $140, like, this is an expensive rod, 120, 140 bucks. And I honestly don't know if I would recommend. Now, let me explain my statement real quick before I get attacked by anybody that's like, these are the best rods on the planet. This is a great rod. This is my favorite rod, but this is an expensive rod. If you have the money and you have plenty of other fishing rods, go for it. Do it. It is so nice. I love this rod. But if you don't have any high-end fishing rods and you're still using the one from Walmart that costs 30 bucks in the combo kit, don't go out and buy this. You can buy 2, 3, 4, depending on what you get, rods that will work great for you, and you can have that many more combos versus having one. Like, I mean, one rod can be beneficial, but why have one if you could have 4? And other rods will still work great. Like the cutoff, I mean, this is a little better than an $80 rod, but an $80 rod is way better than a $20 rod. I think it's called the law of diminishing utility, maybe. Whatever that law is called, where, like, this is not that much better than an $80, $90, $100 rod. I mean, maybe even some $60 rods. It is better. Like, this is by far my favorite rod, once again. But it's not worth the money if you're not in the position to spend it. So what I mean by that is, if you've got the money to blow, or you already have several other fishing rods that are good rods that you use all the time, and you're ready to try something bigger, try something better, do it, please. Like, I love this rod. This is my favorite rod. But if you're a beginner and you don't have a nice bait caster yet, or you just don't have more than 2 rods, like, you have a nice one, but you have one nice one, don't go buy this. Stock up on rods first, make sure you have what you want, and then go out and get this. That would be my recommendation. Because once again, it's not that much better than some of these other rods out there on the market. And especially as time goes on, things are getting cheaper anyways. But the only thing that I haven't come into yet with this. I was talking to my buddy Jared about it the other day. And where these rods, the more expensive a rod is, more or less, the more likely it is to break. Because, you know, the graphite or whatever it's made out of is, I mean, it just has a better chance of breaking because it's an overall better, more sensitive kind of, I mean, more brittle material. But I've yet to have that problem. This rod is not broke. I am very careful with this just because I did spend a lot of money for me on a fishing rod. So I'm very careful with it. But that being said, I've bumped into a lot of stuff. Hit the ceiling here in my apartment with it all the time. Had it beat up in the back of my car plenty of times. Dropped it, stepped on it. You know, just the whole 9 yards with rods. But it's held up great. And once again, I just love the way this rod feels and looks. And the sensitivity on this. So good. Like, this would be, I guess, where it would differ from like a $60 to $80, $100 rod. For me, just the sensitivity in this. Like, when you're dragging, for example, a jig across the bottom, I mean, you can just feel so good. And I don't know, that would probably be the biggest thing that I would say, the difference between this and maybe some like medium range rods. But overall, I love the way it feels. And for me personally, like, just the look of this, I really, really like the look of these St Croix Mojo Bass rods. But I think I'm just going to go ahead and wrap this video up. There wasn't that much to say about it. I mean, obviously, it is what it is. It's a rod. There's not too much to it. But I do love sharing my personal opinion with you guys, so you can know like my experiences and whether or not I would recommend it or if I would say throw it away. But would definitely recommend this if you have the money, if you're in the market for one. But if you don't have the money, you're not in the market for one, you don't have more than 2 or 3 fishing rods already, don't go do this. Especially if you're still, I keep bringing up Walmart, but if you're still on Walmart rods, let's just be honest. Don't do this. Not a good idea. Make sure you know what you're doing. And then also, get the rod for like whatever purpose you want. If you want it to be, you know, as versatile as possible, get like a 7.1 medium heavy. But like if you want it for a specific reason, make sure you get it for that. And they do a good job. I know these rods even say right here, like what St. Croix, I don't know if it's what they recommend or if they had a professional say, this is what I use it for. But on this one, it's a 7.4 heavy fast action. It says slop and frog or swim jig. So this is what I guess kind of in a way St. Croix recommends or says this rod would be good for. Like you definitely don't want to be throwing certain stuff on a 7.4 heavy, and you definitely don't want to be throwing certain stuff on like a 6.10 medium. So know what you're doing before you buy it, or you will regret it because you'll get it, then you'll be like, well, I can't really use it for that. Or you'll just notice you lose a ton of hookups because you don't have the right rod for what you're using. But that's my overall feelings on the St. Croix Mojo Bass fishing rod. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you would do me one huge favor, please hit that subscribe button, guys. It means more than anything, and it allows me to keep making these videos for you guys to watch. But that's going to wrap it up for this. Once again, the St. Croix Mojo Bass fishing rod. Love this thing. Thank you guys so much for watching. We will catch you next time. And as always, take someone outdoors.